Before we can have a discussion on marriage, it must be defined first. Is the basis of marriage just love, or is there something else inherent in the definition? Most can agree that marriage is a union between two people, but is it just any two people? The answer is clearly no. Society's embraced well-ordered rules that family members cannot marry, adults cannot marry children, and it has always been understood until recent times that people of the same sex cannot marry either. This is not born out of animus toward the homosexual community. Same-sex couples haven't been permitted to marry because they lack the opposite gender requirement. One thing lost in this debate is that gender matters. It is not an arbitrary and subjective category. Gender is one of the traits that objectively makes us human, and gender differences are key to what makes marriage. Men differ from women. Neither one is superior to the other, as both are made with equal dignity in God's image, but they are different. Women are gifted in some areas and men in others. The genders are different biologically, but they also differ emotionally, psychologically, and physically, and this is good. Complementarianism is a key concept in marriage. Marriage is built upon the idea that the sexes complement one another. In order to write a letter, you need a pen and paper. To fly a kite, wind is involved. And to have a marriage, it takes one man and one woman. One may claim the relationship without the necessary components, but lack of one component prevents achievement of the whole. If you want lemonade, it will take lemons to make it. Tea leaves won't do. If you want a chocolate cake, cocoa is a critical ingredient. Vanilla extract won't work. If you want a marriage, you need the key ingredients, namely one man and one woman. Without foundational components, you end up with something else. Marriage is a comprehensive union. It unites a man and a woman together to become one, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Marriage in its fullness is a creative act and brings both parts of humanity together to achieve what neither a man or woman could do on their own, namely procreate. This is a biological truth. This biological truth points to a sociological reality, namely that children need both a mother and a father, not just to create them, but also to raise them. Men and women bring their gender differences and gender strengths together to mold and shape and raise their children. The beauty of marriage is that when a man and woman become united in marriage, the whole becomes greater than the sum of their parts. We call this a family. Marriage is also a permanent relationship. It is a commitment for life. It is not dating, nor is it a temporary lease. Marriage is also an exclusive relationship. This means that a married person is off-limits sexually to another person. So to summarize the critical components of marriage, it begins with two people of the opposite sex, committed mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and bodily in an exclusive and permanent relationship that is ordered to the conception and rearing of children. We call this marriage, and society thrives when we stick to this definition.